What would paying with PowerPoints mean?
You
That
are
we just fucking
basically
gather treasure and shit and just
basically like you're converting the political power into like raw treasure and like whatever else demons might be interested in. Might be some pain slaves thrown in there for good measure.
oh,
But maybe you can negotiate those away.
yeah. And then
Might be some negative dice with the Crusader if you do that.
It'll also be the concern of like, well, then the demon horde just like turns back around, and some of them might say, well, why don't we just go for it anyway? Not as if
Yeah.
demons are known for their honor.
You know,
we put them on boats and just sail them to Necropolis and hope that they can fucking go deal with shit there. I don't know.
then they just take over the boats.
Go
and
befriend
do
that
whatever they
demon in
want.
the fangs, that devil in the fangs. They don't like each other.
So we hand them treasure and boats. This will end well.
Invade the Iron Sea, demons.
And basically, you'd be burning all of like the political power in exchange for like pulling out like true magic items and basically just giving them over as gifts, like tribute, effectively.
Probably
Don't eat
not
us.
that.
It won't end well.
We just we need to repel that thing because an invasion of demon is pretty that's bad.
I say contact the Crusader and let him deal with it.
But he's not gonna. Though.
This
he's
is something,
already trying. This is in addition to what he has.
Like this is something he definitely cares about. He hates demons more than anything else in existence.
That's why he gets really happy if we try to kill him.
Certainly, like NPCs are going to care. Like demons are demons are pouring in from the west. Like dwarves are going to be like, the fuck you're taking over my home, and they're going to come down too.
Yeah, I say let other people deal with this.
We could hire the
have
Red
resources.
Gauntlet Company.
Yes.
They're Crusader mercenary.
But basically, if you deal with this yourselves, you get those rewards. But if you can't or don't want to, that's fine too. These are just like perks for you guys if you manage to resolve this.
Yeah, we have to return to Newport and sail up the fucking folly
No,
with our
we-
armies. I don't think we're gonna
put
do
our
that.
armies here, walk to here, then sail from here and on.
How do we
sure
move
the
the
people of
ships from
Foothold.
here to here?
We
The
don't
Imperial
move our
warships
They don't
can't
go there.
really. They really can't go up the folly.
I'm sure the people of Foothold have boats, and if we come with a giant army, they're like, "Yeah, we'll help you, ferry them to our defense." That's cool.
You could probably negotiate that. That wouldn't take that much effort.
They're like, "So, how much are you gonna pay us to ferry your troops to defend us for free?" We're like, "No."
Welcome
we'll
to
just
the
go
final
home then.
store before the final dungeon. What would you like to buy? What are you fucking kidding me?
If you go beyond this place, you can't return. So,
Yes, those are just perks for you guys if you resolve it yourselves. For example, yes, one army of Ranthu's horde. You could gain temporary control of a fucking army of demons.
and if we had that and the Frosters, think about things we could do.
Yeah.
We just fuse them.
Don't
Like-
be greedy, Manaki.
Yeah, the option of temptation exists. It's up to you whether or not you want to follow through.
Let's not.
Dark,
Let's
where do you
fight and
see
kill it.
where do you see the game going in the next 4 sessions?
In the next 4 sessions, honestly, I see us, trying to do what we want to be proud for, but other than that, I have no clue.
Where do you see the game going next time?
Next time, we're going to sail back, panic for a while looking at the board, though we've already probably panicked in the downtime, so it's not as much panicking.
Okay.
Hopefully we panicked in the downtime at least. We haven't done what we used to. Wait until the session starts.
Then talk for an hour during the session.
After that, send off our armies to do stuff. I really just think we're going to abandon this whole, demon thing. I don't think we can handle it. We can't logically handle it in any way. So
Yes, these demons used to be further away.
We can do it.
They spent the months traveling closer.
Well, we will now spend our time traveling away.
Do this.
All right. Okay.
What do we do with the dwarves? Well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
How fast are they?
Dwarves aren't entirely comfortable leaving their home behind when the demonic invasion is coming, but if Geráck, the honorable and just, really thinks this is for the best, this serves the great gold worm, they'll go.
I mean, the Great Gold Worm doesn't really mind demons now, does he?
Sheep, where do you see the game going in the next few sessions?
All right. What we are going to do, I'm not entirely sure. I'm assuming we're going to do a bunch of stuff around Newport. Might visit Leon and say what's up. What I think is more interesting to think about is where the story is going to go in the next
Okay.
few sessions. And I have some ideas.
Okay.
Essentially, first of all, there's like if you have a flowchart, there's two possibilities here. One, the four includes the three and the white, which means that we have as opponents the three, the white, the Lich King, and probably like people like the Demoness who just want to profit from the chaos.
And the Orc Lord.
And who knows what the Orglot is, and who knows in general. The other option is that it's really just the Lich King and the White making trouble and ending the age, because they are the most powerful icons as it stands. Which would mean that the three, who are of course part of the four, have another fourth person or creature that we don't know about. But that's not really important. What is important is that the good icons and the three would actually have a common goal of not having the age end, at least not on the Whites and the Lich King's terms.
Wouldn't that be
Meaning-
some shit if all the people that all your characters are devoted to now actually weren't the ultimate evil for the ending this age? But they have the Sword of Ruin, don't they?
Maybe they got that because they are working against the Lich King and the White themselves. Maybe they want to use that sword on the Lich King.
No. Something
But-
absurd.
But think about it: if they take out the Lich King and everything he stands for, that's not really bad for anyone.
If
No, but
if
then we
they
have to
can
assume that that's
subdue
the
and
plan.
execute the Wizard King, then they've already won.
We shouldn't really say let them have the sword because they might kill the Wizard King with it.
They
You know,
could.
maybe-
They could kill the wizard. They could also kill the Dragon Emperor.
Yeah.
They could do a lot of things. Maybe they are desperate. That's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. Maybe they are desperate, finding new allies, making themselves the four, splitting their power even more, getting an artifact that could wreak a lot of havoc, just because they know shit's going down and they really can't do anything.
Okay.
Maybe they are not the kind of icon who really go looking for help from others, which seems to be very much in character. And I think that direction would turn out very interesting, although it is perhaps of the two the more far-fetched one.
All right. Manaki, I'll ask you a fourth main question, be my final main question. I know you folks are Euros, some of you are powered by the sun. Is there one, like, NPC, or, like, idea, or like, process, that you really enjoyed seeing these past few sessions that you want to keep seeing?
One single NPC. We haven't really had too much NPC player interaction
Yeah,
here
I mean,
recently.
NPC, also, like, an idea or, like, process. Is there, like, one theme of the game that you want to see moving forward?
Well, I must say, I mean, I also have some personal interest in this, but the viewing of the prior characters' storylines as they turn out when those characters are not around to make them happen in the heroic positive way is interesting.
Okay.
It's like we don't know enough about Fargus. Now we know some about Leon. We didn't before. I think kind of makes sense there. Well, a little bit anyway. I don't know why he somehow was good. But we still have Thomas, Fargus, and Wohurum who, well, wander about. I don't know really any of their ultimate possibilities.
You got some hints about what not Dwohiram was doing. Enough for Geráck to receive an angry letter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. The
Seems like there are other people than Ajax we could use to find that guy.
The exploration of the player characters who have effectively failed. And maybe Thomas wouldn't consider himself to be a failure, but maybe some would consider Thomas to be a failure in character. Oh, look at the side of the Great Goger. They're fucking hiding over there in the seawall. Yeah, alright. Others are, like, looking at him standing as, like, a golden bastion against, like, the forces of fucking Cthulhu. Doc! Is there one NPC or, like, concept or, like, idea or process that you want to see in the campaign moving forward?
Yes. I mean, part of me selfishly wants to know more about Leon and Aurelia.
Oh, we'll find out.
That is one. Yeah, I kind of want to know more about all of it. I did not expect this in any way. Like, I expected maybe when we go like see each other, like maybe it'll be something. Wait, what? This? Wait, what?
Yes, I took the time myself to search for Leon's portrait so that I could craft the NPC token.
I noticed, and I just kind of looked at that and just like.
Oh, I didn't actually notice that detail.
Yes.
Oh, it's round.
Yes, NPC token, and you mouse over it, there's a different portrait. Dark had the entire full-length thing. I took the upper body.
I noticed that it was just like, what, how? Like, I did not know how to react to this. This has been a little bit of an emotional rollercoaster for me.
How long did that take?
To, like, find, like, the picture? I don't know. Like, I fucking, like, took a screenshot, I put it in paint.net, I cropped it, and then put it through Google image search.
Oh, okay.
And Google did its work.
Right.
Like, and then it took some time to, like, find where, like, a bigger version of that portrait was. I probably didn't spend any more than 10 minutes on it, though.
Okay.
It wasn't that long. It did take some time, though. Sheep. So Dark wants to also see the continued exploration of characters who were once player characters, like Leon, and also wants to know more about Exilia. The fuck did she go? Fucking bitch.
Yes.
She was fucking Renee Cauldron the entire time!
Wait, what?
We had a...
Sheep. Is there like an NPC or like a thought or like a concept that you want to see in the campaign moving forward?
Let's see. Before I agree with what has been said, is there anything else? There weren't really that many NPCs we met, as has been said. The Frost Fist's kind of story seems really... That seems to be good now. He can fuck off south and do his thing and never show up again, as far as I'm concerned. It would be weird if he was suddenly in jail in Dragon Hall or something, as others have been.
Oh, god damn it. Songbird.
I generally agree that this being a very player character focused campaign, which has worked out excellently so far, the direction should definitely continue. Perhaps not mainly the characters that have failed, but rather just player characters previous and current in general. I really liked the last two sessions that have been very heavily focused on Geráck, because we saw his kind of character and his past, and I believe that even Goger saw plenty of new things that he didn't know about. I think that was interesting. I would certainly like to learn a bit more about... Well, Aranas has just joined, but I don't really know too much about Jasmine, for example. I know some things that she has mentioned, that there's some sort of Proudford and the Red connection, but nothing that has really impacted us as a party.
Yes.
Whereas Geráck's past has certainly impacted us as a party. Or I guess the Frost Fist has mainly impacted him with a chain and a hammer and with a... Yeah.
Yes.
Bad pun.
And magic.
Essentially, player characters in the context of the horrors that are currently going on.
The horrors, okay.
Yeah.
The age is going to hell. Alright.
Yeah.
Goger, a question for you. Is there an NPC or like a theme that you really enjoyed for the past several sessions and want to keep seeing?
I mean, I have enjoyed the downfall and uphill struggle of Geráck in the last couple of sessions. And it has gone up
From
and down quite a bit,
I'm a
but-
suicide on this to okay, we're gonna keep prevailing to I'm a suicide on this.
Yeah. It has been from rock bottom to average height a couple of times. Oh god. So I have enjoyed that from a story perspective, but I've also not enjoyed it because they have too many feelings.
All right, so you don't want to see more of that in the future?
I do actually. I do enjoy it.
Okay.
I'm just a bit unsure of how far I want it to go.
We haven't even really covered the character's crazy unique thing, in part because God doesn't know how to incorporate that.
Nope.
Beats me.
Neither do I. I should have thought of something better.
Something about sniffing gemstones, as far as I understand.
I should have thought something better, but I didn't.
No, it's your character's one unique thing. It doesn't matter whether we can incorporate into the story or not, just, it's his thing.
I guess.
He's special.
It's like the only thing I don't really enjoy about the character.
Maybe your character has a different one unique thing. Has two unique things.
Yes.
Yes.
That's his thing.
Yes, his unique thing is that he has two unique things. Fucking gonna slit your throat.
What are they?
Oh, shit. Let's see here. By the time you get all the way back to Newport, various people will be done there. We can factor that in later. What's more important now is you folks rolling your icon relationship dice.
Oh boy, yeah.
On 6s and everything.
1-6. That's good.
Another one.
Last session was the session of 5s. Well, this session will be the session of 6s.
I get a 6 and a 5.
Fancy. You're a fancy
And
boy.
that's a lot of
God.
points. That.
So
Sounds complicated.
Yes, who to focus on the next session is.
How many dice do you have, man? Okay, so the bottom is actually
All
One
right.
more than you.
I've put all of these in the notes, and I will add the dice as appropriate to the dice pool. Just
1 second,
in case-
I need to write down on my sheet. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Just in case anyone wants to spend anything on those for reasons.
5. Then I get 2 4s, a 5, and a 6 for a total of 8 points.
Let's see here.
Oh, aren't you fancy?
Yeah, that is fancy.
You're a fancy boy.
8 bonus command points. That's enough on like an entire session.
I burn like 4 per turn if I can.
I mean, Thomas burnt a lot. Let's be
Not-
totally honest.
Not quite, but
Let's
almost.
see here. The mission in Creel will have succeeded by the time you get back. I have added that PP and those dice. The mission to eliminate the Corsairs will have worked, and that will not have resulted in any damage that was taken to the warships has been repaired by the engineers. So that takes you up an additional political power.
Is this level up? Is this level up and 4 heal up?
Yes.
Okay.
Positive die with the Emperor, and then one with the Great Gold Worm, huh? Alright, I can do that.
Doing well in those Archmages. Oh, now I know, guys. Now I know what we should do. We need one more positive Archmage. We can have the meeting with the direct underling of Pertinax Bluebane.
It'd be
Maybe
like,
we have
yo,
something. Yo, White's coming back. hey, White's coming back.
And it's your fucking fault.
We should deal with it.
Well, technically, it's our fault in a way.
We will
mention-
deal with it if you give us the
Yes,
resources to do so. Damn it.
Leon placed the blame in, well, they were congratulated, rather than placing blame on Geráck and Aurelia because of the deal that you folks accepted to get a full heal up a little bit earlier. Lich King got something in exchange.
Which we got
That's what he
nothing out.
got.
Not my fault.
Not my. Hey, I didn't accept.
I'm blamed for it. I mean, I wasn't even there. How could you guys? Like,
They did it.
It was complicated. Oh,
I don't.
It was
how-
good for story reasons.
Yeah, you guess.
Geráck says to a confused party.
Yeah. Geráck is starting to hear voices.
How could I redeem myself as I wasn't first doomed? I mean, like,
Yeah.
crazy
Okay,
logic.
but yes, by the time you folks get back to Newport, everyone but the garrison will be there in Newport. You've got 7 political power, you've got 5 Archmage dice, 4 Emperor dice, 2 High Druid, 2 Priestess, 1 Dwarf King, and 1 Great Gold Worm. You have a 3 from a 5 from the 3. It's negative, floating around there, and of course, all of the personal dice that you've just rolled. Now, of course, the personal dice that you folks rolled can be used on things beyond what's on the tactical map. Any 5s that are used on the tactical map will result in complications, strings attached to whatever it is you get from the map.
So
Should we send the engineers and one of
let's-
the mages to
let's-
Powerport?
You
Let's
also
not do anything
actually
now.
you also actually have to be there. You currently are in no position to give orders.
But this is
Ah, yeah,
just
sure.
for Grimith so that we know what we can prepare for next time.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
know actually what we have to deal with. Because I think we're going to need to talk a little bit about this demonic invasion and perhaps proving to some people that we can do shit. We have a lot of resources, a lot of Archmage, we have a lot of Emperor dice, we have a lot of power points. And if we spend those correctly, I believe that we might be able to stop this invasion.
Yeah, we could spend some of our resources to get maybe like more battle clerics or some such, and just go fuck up that invasion.
I'd personally go for purchasing the Red Gauntlet Company for a few months.
That could
It
work
seems
too. Yeah.
they're Crusader like mercenaries. They can fight grinder worms. They seem to be they're pricey, but this is what this and the grinder worm. They were things that they're born to do.
Yeah, we could pay the.
Cost power points or Crusader dice, which we don't really have a whole lot of.
Yeah, 2
Okay.
power points, maybe like 3, maybe even 4. We could spend that.
Yeah,
There's
to
only
get their
one
aid.
Red Gauntlet Company.
No, I mean,
Yeah, but it's they want one per month.
yeah,
Yes. 1 per 2 months, I think it says, or does it say 1?
1 per
Yeah,
2 months.
one per 2
1
months.
per month.
So with 4, we could get them for.
We need
4
to
months,
buy
for
at least
example.
for 2 PP worth. So we need at least 4 months, which
Yes.
should be enough to set them up there and have them fight the demons with our friends.
So the price of the Frost Range Companions has increased by 1, so it'd be 3 positive Dwarf King dice or 4 positive Great Gold Worm dice.
Which we definitely don't have.
Something we should probably also do soon, like next session soon, is take a peek at Lord Zaza.
Yeah. And we can clearing fangs. The flank fangs have a good price for clearing those Sahagin too. They're an issue up there.
I mean,
I
we can keep clearing all the Sahagwin and bugbears that we want. It's not going to stop shit from happening. Which
Does earn us
is,
It's important though. What makes up the empire is the people of the empire.
True.
If we can't protect them, then there's no point to even. Same with this invasion. If we just well, fuck the dwarves. That's not what heroes do. We
but
battle.
I'm
the
just
evil.
saying that maybe cutting down trees for firewood is not the highest priority if you're currently getting mauled by wolves.
Okay.
Right.
That makes
No
sense.
invasion.
That ends all of the questions that I have directly. I will comment that you folks, as noted, when I switched information to critical plot information,
How do you play for it?
it was exactly what it says on the 10. Could have been a red herring. Frostfist saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, fucking just bye. I'm gonna go take a city now."
Oh no, he didn't.
And that situation definitely would have been different up there if you had either, say, gotten there sooner or not accepted a deal which gave the Lich King something in exchange.
And we get up there, we find the White's corpse half uncovered with golden chains. What do we do? Bury it again?
You also would have found
oh.
a bunch of undead excavating it.
I don't really want to leave this place now. We kind of have to stay and protect.
Yeah, I did not expect us to find this. I expected us to find a huge undead army up there or something.
I totally if they were up there, it's because of the White.
Eh.
Right? Is that just me?
It's just not what I.
It's been joking that's been suggested since pretty much being why is it getting colder, guys? Oh, it's because the White's coming back. Something to do with the
Yep.
White.
Oh, obviously. Dragons. Dragon Empire and everything. Dragons are a big deal.
Dragons are a big deal, but so far the only dragon who really seems to be doing anything is the Great Gold, just the thing.
Well, he's kind
And
of.
I guess the silver
more like
dragon
that's
too.
yeah.
Oh, and
And
in like the evil dragons aren't
Well,
doing
they are-
anything.
No, I
they're
mean
working
as far
hard
as the
every day to bring this
the
world
good
to an end.
dragons go, I mean.
Ah,
Well, they probably do stuff in Access, right? Like fight in the arenas for great amusement by the nobles.
dragons are certainly doing things around the world too. You just really you haven't gone to like, let's talk to good people, dragons.
Because we're busy.
You guys are busy.
We don't have time to hang around.
Yeah, you don't want to interact with my NPCs. Just want to fucking kill them.
Well, I did want to go to talk to the like silver dragon or the silver
I
dragon.
know
lady
you want
there,
to talk to the Great Silver Worm.
but that was just impossible.
You were a scrub tier character. Your life did not matter.
And now I have no reason to go to talk to that character anymore, or at least at the moment.
So how do we dissolve the horde through trickery?
Diversion.
Avalanches.
Carrots on very long sticks.
Yes, I feel as if I need to put those things in there at times just to note that you guys can pursue any objective that I don't have listed here. If there's something that you folks want to do instead.
How do we trick demons?
I have never worked with demons. I don't know.
Neither have I.
But single combat with their leader.
That's your solution to everything.
Geráck, you can challenge this Iranthu to.
I'm sure it will
She's
She's
turn
not
out.
honorable.
Yeah,
Demons
the
are not
demons are so
honorable.
honorable.
I'm sure you've also noticed that they're a bit more expensive to buy off than the Frostfist army was.
Maybe we could spend all of our Archmage die to get an enormous gate right under the demon army and put them into the abyss where the
Just
Great Gold
into
can
the
take care
Iron
of it.
Sea. Just dump them out.
Or there, I suppose.
The way we do things in this
Just
empire.
away
Like demon fish begin.
into Dragonhole. See what happens.
We couldn't get further to the Iron Sea. Dragonhall will have to be. Might be afraid that it might spill into the Queenswood, though. Wouldn't want to piss off the elves.
Yes. Are there any questions or comments from me that were not expressed thus far?
Don't think so.
Thanks for the emotional roller coaster.
Oh, you good with everything you learned then, Dark? All right. No questions or comments. That means you're good. Silence is consent.
Right.
I don't think that's how it works.
No.
That's definitely how it works. I'm the American here, and I have the guns.
He has a
Well,
point.
you're out of range.
I don't know about.
I can take a
enough about
penalty to
guns.
my range attack.
I mean, he's just firing outside his range increment. That's all.
Oh god damn it.
I think we're out of range, but I don't know enough about guns to be
No,
sure.
you know, indirect fire doesn't go across the Atlantic, sorry.
Is that beyond far away?
You don't know what guns I have, boy.
Does your gun target beyond far away?
It targets.
I have this, I'm fine.
Here we go with the fucking like medieval bullshit contest.
Ah!
It's all that's legal.
I'm afraid mine's less impressive.
Nice.
You'll win for sure.
Just right click and you'll take half damage.
Exactly.
Alright, so if there's nothing that you want to say to me, there's nothing that you want to say to each other right now, I reckon you're good. And you can disperse. You get to level up to level 7. I would
Which
like
I've already finished.
would like your character sheets on Sunday or sometime after then. I don't want them to before then, because I won't look at them.
Okay, I was about to send it to you now, but it's like, okay, well.
I won't look at them. True facts.
Well, we could still send them, right? Or no?
He doesn't want them. He doesn't want them. He just
You can try.
We'll ask for it again, though.
I probably will.
No.
I might not download it. You'll try to like send it through Skype, and I won't accept. And by the time I do try, it'll be expired.
Yeah. Sure.
Dropbox link. They don't.
I will send it to you every day.
Good.
They're like, prepare a job. When computer boots.
As noted,
Oh yeah. But,
the same things that you see right now on the board will be the same things that you see at the start of next session. So, nothing will change on that front, at least at the start. You might reveal some other things during the session, but nothing will change by the start.
Yep.
You have your icon relationship dice that you can consider. You'll have to try and suplex in how you manage to get a benefit, considering how far you folks are away from anyone who could really give you a benefit. Perhaps something that you did before you left Newport, but you wouldn't have known about this situation. Perhaps some information.
Are the people in Football that could help us?
There might be. Depends on your icon relationship thing that you want to try and make a case for. There's some information that your character may just have now remembered. You know, there's always like a few spirits that could come to like commune with you, but talking over long distances is really shaky. It doesn't last for very long, and sometimes spirits and messengers get lost for an entire age. Like a spirit will like show up delivering a message from the 11th age. Doesn't really fucking help.
Jesus.
I took a wrong turn at Axis.
Long distance communication, just not a thing here in the Dragon Empire. Even among the most powerful. Special items have to be crafted for that, or rituals.
May want to use my 6 in order to get some information on my father, actually.
Maybe.
Well, if there's a place to do that.
I think I want to do that, if I could.
There. Let's see why not. That's another thing that we can get in contact about before next session. Along with you wanting to talk to and visit with the Frostfist and his family.
Yep.
You sure Geráck doesn't want to get married?
Pretty sure.
Hey, you know,
They're like really rich and have a giant army that you would
you know,
inherit.
They're giants.
Here is a way to end the feud between families.
You must
You
marry
shut
the
your
Frostfist. It is the only way.
The dowry will be immense.
Yeah, about that.
Think
Geráck's
of some
reputation
money,
after
though.
marrying a frost giant,
Hey, you know,
Who cares
people
about
could say-
reputation? You're
like-
married to a fucking frost giant.
You're
I
like,
do.
what are they gonna say? You know,
You clearly
wife
don't care
take your
about
wife?
reputation.
Uh,
My wife could take your wife. Nuh-uh. Yeah.
yeah.
Only really got to see her powers on display secondhand when she was attacking other bandits. Yes, ice walls, fucking blizzard shit.
You
She
know,
cast
I think
resist energy on her dad.
I'm okay with not fighting the mage giant. Oh, I think we'll be okay.
Okay. But she could have helped you.
She could also have hindered
did.
us.
She did help us.
I guess.
So long as you folks are engaged and continuing to enjoy the campaign, we will continue. Well, it also depends on me being engaged and enjoying myself. After the shake-up, I'm doing alright. We got some new characters to try and explore. We got some old characters to keep exploring. The 4 prominent icons involved in the story, which were set in stone because of your initial characters, were the Archmage, the High Druid, the Lich King, and the 3. Those were the commonalities that players shared. Archmage, High Druid, Lich King, and then the 3/Great Goldworm. So, no matter whether your characters are particularly invested one way or the other, and we've pretty much made sure that all of your characters are invested one way or another, those are the icons that are the primary engines for this story. Everyone else is, they're doing stuff. But we can't tell everyone's story. There'd be too many stories. Couldn't focus on anything. It'd be like if we were trying to do an undead thing, plus a demonic invasion, plus like a Frostfist attacking, plus like a Devil the Fangs thing, plus like Lord Zarza doing some bullshit, plus
And that's not what we're doing.
No, you're the ones who are choosing to do it. That's another part, too. I just throw some stuff on the fucking board and you guys choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
You throw stuff on
Do
board and we
everything.
panic. That's what we do.
We'll be fine.
If you're talking to us,
take it.
Dark, you're muted. We can't hear you. Yes, Dark, you are. I can read lips. Still can't hear you, Dark.
There we go.
Yes, there you go.
a good
I
skill
see
to
him
have.
I see him like mouthing over there, and I'm like, can't hear anything from you, Chief.
Lip reading's a good skill to have.
I don't know what you said. You want to repeat it?
We really need to choose our battles. We can't just try and solve everyone's problems. As much as we want to be big
As
champions.
Manaki says, completionist thing. Gotta get 100% in 13th age.
Indeed we do.
We can't get 100%. Grimith's going to make sure we can't get 100%.
Oh no, he's not artificially just gonna make it impossible just to spite us.
There might be just too many problems
It
for us
was
to solve.
already impossible from the very beginning.
See?
You can't do everything. Do you
That's a
want to...
defeatist attitude.
Sounds like someone who hasn't done everything in the past. Justify it.
You
You see
fucking
that demonic
players.
army? We can take him.
Nope.
We have minimum requirements. We get the Crusader dudes and a few more armies. Yeah. We'll fucking.
Like, it's just a matter of time, too. You guys, even with a boat, pretty much spent a month, if not longer, getting to Moonwreck.
Now we're getting a fleet here, probably. Or armies through the mountains.
Hey, you know, they probably won't wreck this place instantly.
I guess we'll find out.
I mean, they are marching towards here, and there's only one place they can sort of
If we
march to.
get too late, we'll just go to the Fangs and fucking invade Sarsa's manor with everything we
The
expect.
siege is probably gonna last a few months, but
Do
what
they
is the
siege
food situation
or assault?
inside the town, actually?
Yeah, they've, the demons got a bit more capabilities than Frostfist Army do, but Foothold has a bit more capabilities than Kavanaugh did.
And if we leave the paladins here, they might hold out a bit longer.
If that is what the Honorable Geráck Zold thinks that these paladins of the monastery should do.
I mean, it's up to them.
No, they absolve themselves of any responsibility whenever you
Damn
like
it.
impressed your will upon them.
Have to make decisions.
You sure do.
Responsibility. God damn it.
I mean, you could always go back to not making decisions for them. They'll leave
Yeah.
your service.
No.
So, I mean, we can't really bring them back with us anyway.
Well, we could just have them walking to the Fangs, and then we'll meet him there. But, well, I guess we have a month a week.
Yeah.
to
It
talk
depends
about
on if we want to deal with his army or not. If we don't, then they should head towards the Fangs.
But wouldn't you feel really dirty dragging defenders away from the attacked city?
Yes, it would. That's why I don't want to do it.
So we'd really rather go and help them.
Yeah.
But we can't necessarily.
We can.
Anything is possible.
By the time we get an army here, because it took us so long to get, like, it's gonna take us 1 month to get home, a month to at least get back, at least.
It's gonna take faster to get back because we don't have to pull a goddamn ship up rapids.
Yes, it will just ride the rapids back into the Midland Sea. That'll be faster. It will, It'll be
They're skilled
faster.
sailors, I'm sure they can handle it.
We spent an icon die on them, we're fine.
You also remember we need to get all of our armies somehow back through.
Yes. And the Manaki had on the day though. We bring
They
over the
will
ship
go here
and then
and
we
walk,
get boats from
and then
Foothold.
here.
Yes, pretty much the armies would tell you, we're going through all of Jindisfala together.
Yeah. So we bypass that part by getting boats from Foothold.
Hopefully. I mean, we'll probably tell them that they should. Like, what are they going to do with the boats over there when they get invaded by demons?
We
Flee, I
also can-
suppose? They can take them and sail a lot of people down to that area, and then we can switch with soldiers.
We're also gonna need more warships soon.
Yeah. We have the dice for it, though. So that's
Yeah, we do.
But that's something, again, to talk about when you have some more rest and stuff.
Yes. I suppose I can host the server at some point during the week, but as noted, this will be the same whenever you start next session.
It'd be very nice to have it to look at some point. It's a possibility.
Yes, quite a number of political power. Of course, 2 of those points came from Sheep, 1 of them came from Dark, and 1 point was lost by Goger.
Yeah.
You've done things to remedy some of your bad reputation, though,
Yes.
I think.
You returned the individual's blessed greatsword of Torm, a bit tarnished though it was. You can actually start using 5s again, without being demanded of doing something first.
That's good.
Is it?
Well,
Yeah.
I will tell you how it is after I resolve my 3.
Yes, well, the last
Like,
2 5s that Goger spent ended up putting him in this situation, so...
Just spent the shit to get Crusader forces to the dwarves up there.
My most recent one hasn't been too bad. You know, I'm only smelling of bugbear and surprisingly warm. And
Yes,
and
the effects that are plaguing Dark have worn off by this point. We didn't really have a situation in which those would have come up, so it was just a role-play inconvenience.
I was kind of worried if the party said, "We're going to fight bugbears." Wait, what? No.
If there was a social situation that had come up, like a social challenge that you folks had attempted to do, those would have carried stiff penalties.
How stiff am I talking?
Stiff. Sheeps, however, the
Oh,
beat
boy.
goes on.
What?
It popped
What
up
did you
once.
do?
Nothing.
He got 2 political power. That's what he did.
Yeah.
How?
With 5s.
Oh, don't worry about that. I just talked to some people. What do you think I did?
Oh god.
Aurelia mentioned it at the start of the session. I
Yeah.
talked to some
Yeah.
people.
I was going to ask about that, but I forgot it.
I was rather distracted.
I guess we'll find out.
Where
Together.
did all this magic shit come from?
I talked to some magic people.
I agree that all of our people must wear fun drink, March merchandise shirts and do whatever they do. And we must also, whenever we go to a city, sort of make a little advertisement, hold up a drink, Geráck Zold endorses.
I'm
fun
Geráck
drinks.
Zold. This is my official beverage, the official beverage of the Zold dynasty.
Buy it now, where you buy your drinks.
I kind of feel like
Then
my
we can continue.
profile
with
picture at the moment. This is gonna come back to bite us in the ass.
No.
Uh,
That's what 5s do. But 2 political power is good.
now we're worrying about that, not about the other things. Like, oh hey, we got a full heal up from the Lich King.
We have too much to worry about. We should just stop giving him a shit about anything.
You could certainly go the way of apathy. You've done that before.
Yeah.
It's worked out for you. Fuck it, we're going to the Harlequin's Flash. And what do you know? Turns out that was the right tavern to go to all along.
Fuck it, but go to Necropolis. Kill the Lich King.
I feel like that would be very difficult.
Maybe at level 10.
There's a
No.
reason why lots of sacrifices are sent on a regular basis to Necropolis to keep the Lich King at bay.
What I wonder is how the hell they smuggled the White's corpse in.
Yeah,
seems like something that we
icebergs,
noticed.
apparently.
that's something that should have been noticed.
It probably was, but hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully
Otherwise,
the
that's pretty
worshippers are
bad
still
news
alive.
for the good guys.
You folks at least saw the Berkshire Raiders.
Yeah, hopefully they would worshippers
Killed
there are still
everyone
alive.
on Necropolis and released all the necromantic. Those giants, they don't know what they're doing. If they're alive, they could, of course, just be like vampire giants or something.
Who
What
knows
people are
what
actually there sacrificing shit?
Who knows what boon may... Basically, what happens is, no one wants to stay on Necropolis. They just, carry the ships full of, animals or whatever, and they sacrifice them pretty much on the outskirts of Necropolis, or just, leave them there. I'm like, alright, that's our daily sacrifices for all
okay.
the people interred here.
So there's no settlement on Necropolis.
No. The only settlement there is the Lich King.
Okay.
And the tens of thousands of undead entombed there.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
like the blood of the dying animals keeps a barrier that they can't.
In all honesty, the Lich King could probably get out if he wants to, and he's probably already gotten out before, but he can't get all of the tens of thousands buried there out because of the constant sacrificing. That happens in graveyards and crypts all over Newport. People are interred with the proper rites to ensure that the dead are not upset. Because if they are not interred with the proper rites, the Lich King takes control.
Cremation really should be more of a thing here. Like,
It is for a number of people. Depends on your god and your religious beliefs. And you better believe that in times of great stress, sometimes the proper burial rites go out of mind.
we've been there.
You sure have. I guess.
Yeah.
Hopefully you folks found this enjoyable. Certainly enough to keep lingering on for this much of an after-session chat. If you have any other questions pertaining to the game, questions or comments for myself or for each other, you can leave those in the group chat or with me personally. And Goger, I look forward to doing some downtime stuff with you. Sheep, I will certainly be talking to you some more at some point. And, and not just about other campaigns as well, but about this one. All right. We are, at least